Uh, fuck. Hey. Hey, everyone. How's it going? How's everyone's night been? I'm up here in my life, having a good day. Just want to say good afternoon. What am I doing? Oh yeah, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to this shit. I don't have any plans. I guess I can talk about Ubisoft if you guys want. I've got Discord and phone line. I suppose I should leave the phone line up. Let me just put this. There he goes. Now it's pretty. Oh fuck. How's everyone doing tonight? This is such shit, man. You know, I've tried to hold my hand. I've tried to be nice and polite, but this shit, this video game shit just pisses me off. You know, man, I'm just fucking sick of it. I can't handle this shit anymore, man. It's so fucking gay. But what can you do? Now, no Prince of Persia. No, nothing. There's nothing. Nothing on Ubi shits, Gearbox. I mean, what the fuck? Why even start E3? I get Nintendo does Tuesday every year. That's like their thing. But literally, why have shows on Sunday and Tuesday, my man? Like, put Square Enix on Saturday, you know? Put something cool on. Not that there ever is. There's nothing that's ever cool. Oh fuck. I have the call-in line open. It has been a long fucking week. I don't have any ideas or plans. I just came in. Holy fuck. Let me see if I can pull some people in. I'm gonna try calling someone. Am I watching the UFC? When does it actually start? UFC E3 was today, man. I was watching a little bit of the UFC, but honestly, UFC is about as fake and gay as it gets. It doesn't get any worse than the UFC, honestly. It's such a boring fucking program to watch. Literally, E3 started yesterday, and so far the only thing that was shown was Ubisoft. Like, I get Sony doesn't want to do their own thing, but come on. Sony, like, I don't need you to announce something, but at least snipe it. At least do like a snipe, like, oh, we're going to do our thing this same weekend. It's trash. It's all trash, man. Call the number. Call the line. Let me see if I can call any of my friends. Yeah. My man, I got TBC. Let's get him in the voice chat. Let's see if I can pull him in. Let's see if I can pull my man TBC into the VC. Let's see what I can do. There he is. There he is. I don't know, man. I think I'm just really jaded.
You.
Hey, TBC, what's up, man?
Shalom. We love the Nana Tuta Buddha Shuba Buba Dijibi Papa Bishna or whatever the fuck constitutes a Rainbow Six Siege DLC that isn't a fucking video game anything. That was really cool how they had like an entire post show that had nothing to fucking do with video games.
Did you watch
That's
the
what
Twitch?
I really loved.
I was watching it on Twitch. Did you watch the Twitch post show on E3?
No, there's.
My man,
I mean,
I
enough was enough, right?
you
Enough was enough.
you made enough was enough, but my man, you did miss it out. The based black lady, she comes in and she says, "I don't know about this Avatar stuff. It's kind of. I thought why are we looking at it? Why are we still at Avatar after all this time? I thought if this came out a few years ago, then maybe, but Avatar really today, man, I don't know about that. Mm-mm-mm." Like immediately, minutes after, she just starts shitting on the fucking like big reveal. She's just having none of it. It's just so like, what the fuck?
The Nubian feminine mystique might have preferred a recommendation of Tariq Nasheed's buck breaking.
Yeah. Now,
for,
TBC
for the intrepid soy-infused audience.
Is buck breaking a forced meme?
Yeah, 100%. But it's like insane how fucking hilarious it is. I mean, it's just nuts, right? It's just how could you be like a black man?
I haven't watched the movie.
Go hunt down Tariq Nasheed and like cut his head off. I just don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah,
like he did a better job of Stormfront gay-opping like every single like black nationalist movement than all Stormfront like movements combined or whatever, right? Like with just 2 words in a cover.
Buck breaking. Buck breaking. So okay, so I haven't watched the movie yet, obviously, but come the fuck. I
haven't either.
I don't know if I need to do a review. Okay, because the thing is, this is not a TV channel meme. This is definitely a 4TV meme, and I'm okay with that. I respect people talk about the cuck chan, and it's like, oh, 4chan sucks. Listen, from the beginning, I've always respected 4chan, especially 4chan TV. It's different than TV chan. It's a very different site and a different board. But I respect their ability to post. I don't belittle these people for using a different website. I just don't get into that.
4TV back in the day wasn't. I mean, there was always the fucking goddamn pedo shit, frankly, going on 4 fucking TV. There was always that, which was a fuckity fucks, right? But
yeah,
I think in general the board was pretty fine. But yeah, it's incredibly. I just don't. Just even the trailer is like, what? Who set up these shots, right? Like, why are there cuts to like to these particular images that totally sissify?
I know.
Like, we was Sissy's ass shit. Like, it's madness. It's just madness. Yeah, Tariq definitely did a little bit of fanfiction.net moonlighting, like went into the lemon section, flexed his play a Mac chops. The art of the Mac. The art of the M-rated fanfiction.net Mac.
That's right.
Yeah, I just don't fucking know. Oh, you have the Randy Savage brother.
The what?
Goggles on. I just saw.
Oh yeah, I'm hanging out. Now, TBC, gentlemen. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck's happening with this shit?
Shalom.
Hey, what's
Shalom,
up?
friend. What's going on? The next Fullerton will probably be out pretty soon.
Goes Super Saiyan 4, kills you.
Oh shit, it's Malaberry.
Oh my god, it's Malaberry! Holy
it's
shit!
Fucking Malaberry.
Goes Super Saiyan God, kills you.
Oh my god, I haven't talked to you in like a couple days.
Ugh. You haven't been shorting my calls, I had you too, asshole.
Because you add me when I'm asleep, my man. I have a job.
Oh, wake the fuck up, everyone else does.
TBC. We need to ask Malaberry about what he thinks about buck breaking. What do you think? Is buck breaking funny, Malaberry?
I think we know Malaberry's opinion about.
What do you think?
A little funny. It's kind of gay, though.
Kinda.
That's true. It is a bit gay. I didn't think about that till now, but you're right. It's gay.
That's why it's only a little funny.
Malaberry, TB, rest people. I'm stupid.
I don't know how to speak English because I'm from Minnesota. I'm a retard.
It's true, I am. Have you heard the good news?
I don't think I have. No.
Both of you, have you heard the good fucking news? Do you know
My
what day it
dog's
is?
Oh yeah.
Do you fucking know what day it is?
6 days until Juneteenth.
Nigga. It's June 12th, 2021. That means only 7 days. 1 week! It's 1 week until Juneteenth!
That is pretty cool.
Oh, that's really funny. I love that. That made me giggle. My insides were wriggling and wriggling. Oh, I love that joke. I'm gonna tell that to my family and my coworkers, my friends.
Weekly deathmatch. Oh, there's a new weekly deathmatch match coming up. Hardcore Bible. I'm gonna have to watch that later. Thank you, Anime Pro. You're a good man. 2 more weeks. Now, Malaberry, I have a question. Did you watch the Ubisoft E3 conference today?
Of course.
What was your favorite game?
I don't remember a single game.
TBC, Rick, what was your favorite game?
Yeah, I don't think it was a video game conference.
They said two
It just
TV
wasn't
shows.
there.
2 TV shows.
No, one was a TV show, and one was a feature
And
film.
a guitar simulator. That
Okay.
existed for 10 years.
Now, if Ubisoft had like bought the rights to like Rock Band or something, or like gotten like the Guitar Hero license, like we're gonna make a new Guitar Hero, I would have been pretty excited, honestly, for that. Do you guys play Guitar Hero when you were younger?
Hell
No.
no.
Why not?
A little.
Well, it just seemed kind of silly. Like, why not just learn how to play the guitar?
Well, TBC, because it's a rhythm game, not a guitar simulator. It's like playing, Dance Dance Revolution. It's supposed to be fun.
But couldn't you just play Dance
It's
Dance
supposed to be
Revolution, or-
fun.
No, but that requires a lot of like moving. Guitar Hero, you can sit on the couch and play it.
Yeah, you
So it's for fats.
you can rub grease all over your fat belly while you use the guitar.
It's true, I did. I literally did that. Is everyone here from Pole? No. Literally, I don't think a single. I don't know if anyone. I don't even use
Yes,
Pole.
actually.
Literally.
Pole.
I'm actually from Langley. I'm from the farm.
What am I doing with my life? Did you guys know that a couple years ago I got into a fight with my mom?
And you put on the Potara earrings?
No, not that kind of fight, Malaberry. Not like a physical fight, but like an argument. I got in an argument with my mother, and she told me that she always thought I was gay.
What?
Yeah. Did you know that?
No. No, that doesn't sound too terribly.
I'm not gay. Like, I had to tell my mom, I had to like show her all my anime girls and be like, listen, Mom, I'm not gay. I don't like.
Well, that was the first mistake, I think. Revealing the kakame. That was a bit of a problem.
Maybe. I don't know. I got a lot of anime figures the last couple of days. It's got nothing to. TBC, are you and Mulberry still fighting? Like, is that why you're quiet?
I don't know. I don't know why he joined. That's a little strange, but it's no big deal. It's not a big deal.
All right.
Also, Malaberry is gone suspiciously.
No,
also, like silent.
Oh, he went silent. Maybe he's.
Oh,
busy.
I can't hear him. Then I guess he has me muted or something.
No, he doesn't have you muted. He just isn't saying anything. He's like doing something else.
Fair enough.
Hold up, I gotta grab something. 1 second.
No, you're all good. I will. I guess I will become a fucking chat engagement. Don't break your own box. A glow ninja. I mean, obviously not. That's like, like obviously not. Fucking. I mean, everybody knows who the actual feds are. Like at this point, it's fucking Half-Life bouncing around the room.
Hey, so I got this model kit. It's a Gurren Lagann, just a standard plyo. Oh, we got a phone call. I guess I'll take that quick.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
He hung up.
What the fuck?
What a bitch. Anyways, I got this.
Is that like a Gunpla thing or whatever the fuck? Like one of those ones you build?
It's a Gunpla, yeah, but it's a Gurren Lagann Gunpla. So if you look here, it's got a bunch of poses and stuff, but it's like the biggest Gunpla I've ever gotten, actually. I didn't realize like how many like sheets it's gonna have. It has like this whole box is just full of these like sheets. Like it's look at how many like fucking things it has. It's got like I think it's like 8 or 9. Usually they've come with like
fucking sprues. What the fuck?
These are all the sheets of the parts. That's like all the parts are on these like sheets.
Yeah.
And normally like a Gunpla kit, it's like you know like 4 or 5. This has got like 10. It's got double the parts that like a normal Gunpla kit will. So it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be really difficult, but it'll be fun. Like for example, this Wing Gundam I got. It's a pretty like nice Wing Gundam, and like it comes with like this many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it's like so this is 6 ones, right? But like they're all like small and like they all fit pretty compact. It's like a complete different level. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Dude, do you know how fucking bad I've lost it this week? Like, I'm losing my fucking mind. I uploaded a YouTube video the other day. Just me going down the stairs yelling at Adam that it's Juneteenth. Do you fucking know, like, YouTube disabled the ads on that, like, 5 times. I had to go in and manually change it every single time until it's stuck. It's total bullshit. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm losing, I
mean, like, that's just the name of the game now. It's Vix Nude all the way home.
Yeah, but, like, I'm feeling, like, the hammer coming down, man. Worse. I can feel the hammer coming down. It's not going to be good. Like, things are not going well. I don't know.
It's definitely not. Like, it's 100% not going to be anywhere near acceptable or okay. What's going to happen? Like,
Sean is asking why are my chats hidden on the video? I'm not trying to hide anything. I literally do not have any moderation stuff going at all. If your stuff's being hidden, it's because you need to switch to live chat.
Yeah, that's good.
That's in a top chat.
Good old what's her name? The fucking YouTube bitch.
Yeah.
It's the algorithm, like, naturally occluding messages and shit that hit like certain.
No, literally, John, I do not mod the chat at all. Basically, anything you post, it goes through YouTube, and if it gets approved, it goes through. It's on them, not me. I swear to God. So I don't know. So the Wing Gundam was a 1/144. Sean was asking what the scale was. The Plowbot, I don't know the scale on. I'm guessing it's also a similar size. I think it's just really detailed. Let's see what it says here. Doesn't look your butt-breaking fan fiction.
Yeah, what a surprise there.
Yeah, the Wing Gundam is a 1/144, which is pretty good. I mean, I don't care about size too much. I just like to play. I just like to build them and put them up. Let's see what this.
And those models look pretty neat. It's just getting them all put together seems a bit terminally autistic.
Well, that's the fun part.
Even I'm not. I guess so.
It's literally the fun part is putting. It's like a building a Lego set, man. Like it's the fun part's putting it together. Honestly,
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Nacho, what's
Shalom,
up, man?
Nacho. What's
I hope you
happening?
guys are doing good.
Yeah, well,
I feel
the
sick.
jury's potentially out on that one. Did you get jabbed?
No, I'm not a retard. No,
Yeah.
but no,
Well, that's a
I'm
relief.
just sick.
You know, it's weird. The Plyobots don't actually have scales on them because they're not Gunpla kits. They're not technically Gunpla. I don't see a scale. I know that they're 6 inches tall, so it's a little bit smaller than my cock. You know, that's the kind of height that it will stand at, if that'll make sense.
Gahul's just gonna
You remember it used to
eventually
be
share everything. with
a
chat.
foot was like the size of the king's foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so we have this future where like everything's based on the size of Gahul's dick. You know, like the king of TV channel.
Well,
it's all going.
That would be a little
So
homosexual.
imagine if that king had a much larger foot and therefore a much larger cock. Like the world would just the world would just be completely different.
And then you have to.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then you have like, and now you somewhat understand potentially how foot fags came to germinate into
No,
the
oh my-
consciousness, right?
They
The foot size
germinated from
conversion
Germany.
mechanism between kings. You know, like,
So
it
for
eventually
reference,
spirals out of control.
listen,
And then you get the first mama and all the simps, and it's just over at that point.
All
Like,
I am
it's
saying-
pandemonium in the kingdom.
all I'm saying to people
Victorian
in the chat,
French.
people in the chat are upset that I mentioned that my cock was approximately 6.5 to 7 inches,
Oh.
depending on the day. People were asking why I'm sharing that information. The reality is, boys, that's how it is. That's life. Some days you
Gahul's
wake
all
up,
in.
you know,
If he just
sometimes I
doxes
can.
everything about himself, right?
What have I
Like
been
at the age of
watching on
45,
YouTube?
his first instance of gout. At long last, he's joined the league of the GSP.
I have been watching Cobra JSF. That is mostly what I've been watching is King Cobra.
To whoop.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's what up, tubes. Oh my god, I fucking am going down the
Oops.
rabbit hole on him. He's so good. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that trap documentary also is just a really good. I mean, the Trappy guy. It kind of sucks that he kind of. Well, I don't know if he fucked off. He might have gone to do like Sam Hyde shit or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would presume because he did like editing stuff as well. I think for World Peace, but like that documentary, that and the Hampow one are really really good. Like it's good filmmaking. It's just really good.
Yeah.
filmmaking.
Well, the stuff with King Cobra lately is his girlfriend came back online, and so he's like gone off. Like, he's like hitting rock bottom. Like I don't think he's ever been as bad as he has like the last couple of weeks.
That just seems like the general mind.
Like he's
Everything.
seriously
life.
is like, you know. I
And
don't
he's
know.
caught up in his own like actual. Like,
Well, like he's not even
blonde cult, right?
gothic anymore. Like he's not like gothic and stuff. Like he just watches incel videos on YouTube and gets drunk while watching them. Like it's like not even. I don't know what the fuck happened to the guy. It's very funny to go down. I've been also watching. There's this new incel in town. Trying to come for my throne. His name is King of Aspies. Have you guys watched him at all?
No.
Okay, I'll post a video that he does. Maybe I'll pull up on my screen share. Here we go. Let's see if I can. There we go. So just gotta. Fuck. I'll put myself there. So we're gonna go over to.
Oh
My
we're
God, what the
getting
fuck is
background.
this? It's the most scuffed shit ever. Jesus, dude.
Well, Gahul isn't selling his soul to Nig's Tail Keemstar Dono, or for Nig's Tail Keemstar Donos like Ashton Parks. So there's that. there's that.
King of Aspies. Every single one of his videos is 33-year-old virgin registers on Hinge. Is it overrated? 33-year-old virgin registers on Badoo. Is it worth it? 33-year-old virgin struggles while growing on YouTube. Mental breakdown. The final solution for incels. I'm a 33-year-old virgin and I dream of loving a woman. Now,
Oh my God.
as a king of the incels, I want this man. My dog died a virgin. Will I be next?
You're not supposed to be the incel who's talking about women and like, oh, I just dream of women all night. Like, isn't that like the loser incel, right? That's not the goal.
No, listen. Okay, if you're calling your dog a virgin, you're upset that your dog died a virgin, bro. It's a dog. Who cares if it's a virgin? I'm sorry. Like, really, who fucking, like, come on, it's a dog, bro.
Yeah, the
if you
fixation.
gave your dog the snip, like, who cares if he's a virgin then? He's a virgin because you castrated him. And even if you didn't, like, it's a dog, you know?
Yeah, in reality, it is just your fault as an owner, right? If you've gelded your animal,
okay, so
removed its primal.
Unless you're
you
planning to breed a dog, the natural state of dogs in modern society is to not have children. Like, that's what they're not designed to, not all dogs are designed to have children. Like, literally, you know, I'm just gonna say this.
Google the dog breeding. The bitch.
Well, because
walking.
dogs are literally creatures we've evolved to, like, help
Expert.
and like assist us in life and, like, be our companions. So, like, they as a creature are sometimes not designed to have kids. But here he is. My dog died a virgin. Will I be next?
My dog died a virgin.
My dog died of
It was a
virgin.
little bit
Well,
over
I
30
be
that
years.
that comparison is.
It was a
funny.
little bit over 30 years ago. My dog died
Oh
a
my
virgin.
god!
And he's French
Imagine
Canadian.
though, like in 50 years though, you know what I mean? People like reading this stuff in the future, like college students who have to do research by like reading all these YouTube things. You know what I mean? And they're like, "What the fuck was this guy doing?"
My dog's virginity.
My
Okay,
dog's virginity. What
Now,
the
okay.
fucking shit?
let's talk about this guy. I've given this guy advice numerous times. Drop the dating apps. Stop. If you're gonna go on dating apps, be a Chad. Talk about how big your cock is and how badass you are. Don't be a pussy.
Yeah.
Listen, I know I am the king of the incels. I know I am the crowned king,
Just
the
go ahead.
literal crowned king. But at the end of the day, this is gonna be a harsh reality for a lot of you to realize. And you too, guys, TVC. Literally, I am actually a Volcel. Like, I have not attempted to get a girlfriend ever in my entire life. Like, it's not involuntary. Like, literally,
hold up.
I have never tried
Hold
to
up.
date a single person ever. I have never made the attempt. It's never actually, like, I've never tried it. I've never asked a
But
girl out.
It's also just retarded to do. I mean, it's literally retarded to do. Like, if you're not,
Just got a girl.
if you don't have a specific set of skills, like, it's just dumb. And even if you have those set of skills, it's not guaranteed
Okay, so
that
listen,
anything valuable comes from it.
TBC, let's
Like-
not kid ourselves here. I know drug addicts who have girlfriends. I know complete dumb shits who have girlfriends. The reality is, it's actually, like, there are, like, scum of the earth people who are not attractive, who are very ugly, uglier than both you and I, who have girlfriends. The reality is,
Oh no, they're
Jesus.
attractive.
the problem is
Women
not.
love Jeremy Minks. Women love General Buck Naked,
The problem is
and men who can like beat them up. and kill
women love buck breaking. Women just love buck breaking. That's what they love. The problem is literally not that girls don't want you. The problem is that it's too much work. That has always been the problem, and that's the facts.
Yeah, there needs to be
it-
some sort of system where guys just don't do anything till they're about 30. You know what I mean? And like,
Maybe. Well, the only problem with that
you
is by the
just
time
sort
you
of
reach
do
30,
your own life.
like, girls will basically not like you gotta start having kids if you want a lot of kids, like when you're in your
I don't know. Yeah.
mid-20s.
The 30-year-old guy goes with like the 20-year-old girl. You know what I mean? Like everybody accepts this new idea that like, yeah, 20-year-old girls should not be dealing with like 20-year-old boys who are gonna like leave them to go camping, you know, and just go into the woods, and just disappear. Like they need guys that are like more organized. Anyways,
Well,
I think
I don't particularly think that I'm not particularly concerned with, like, the divvying up of the people.
what happens to women?
Literally, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is this. As the king of the incels, I have a duty. I have a duty to make sure that this man does not become the next Elliot Rodger. This man is another Happa on the internet, and we can't have it.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, Zach
No,
already. Third
you
time's
can't-
the charm, and the Happa genocide might begin. And
You can't
honestly-
stop that though, can you?
Yes, you
well,
can.
Yakuza's
I will
Yakuza's
stop
an
it.
entertaining enough
I will
poster
literally
that-
stop every Happa on the
Oh,
planet.
God.
I will physically block every Happa on the planet. I must
Yeah.
do it. I will sacrifice my life.
What is this? The whole point behind TVChan.moe was to like make a space for Happers to come together for you to save them?
No, I'm not saving them. I'm stopping them.
Appa's arc.
I'm halting their
Appa's fucking
destruction.
arc.
Listen, the
They did not heed his call
breaking.
because he told them.
I'm Happa breaking.
Oh no.
Yeah, we
No.
need this Happa breaking. So we have this king of the incels here, you know, and he's willing to put his time out there.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
literally
king of the
willing.
incels. Yeah, good job.
You will never just go into the woods and disappear. I mean, anybody could, right?
Well, that's what
Every-
I would argue everybody should do, is to go into the woods and disappear, quit
Well,
paying
if everybody
taxes.
goes into the woods,
If
then everybody's
enough
in the
people go
woods.
into the woods, it really would change
Then you
everything.
can't- well, but you can't really not pay taxes then, because
No, because you're in the woods, man. You have to pay taxes if you have a job and you're getting income. If you're not getting income, government doesn't own anything unless you like own property. And we're just
I
gonna
guess
squat. Everybody just squats. You don't do shit for a year.
Well, you could do that, or listen. All I'm suggesting here,
You could do that crazy ass thing that some random guy on the internet told you to do,
or hypothetically, they're having a sale
Oh.
on Ami Ami on Gunpla kits right now. You could buy one of those. Just saying, man,
Yeah.
pretty fun.
No. We have to go into the woods. We
also,
disappear.
Gahul, I
can't go into the
gotta
woods.
dip out. So I will
You
catch
gotta
you later.
dip out.
Yeah, I have there's some shit I gotta around the house, like. But yeah, I will catch
Oh.
you later, brother.
Okay, bye.
You be good, man.
What was I saying?
Talking about Gunpla.
Oh yeah. So I'm waiting for the new Red Eyes Black Dragon. There's a big
Oh yeah.
there's a new like a kind of like cool scale. I think it's Good Smile is doing one on Ami Ami. I'm waiting for that to drop so I can like try and snipe one of the failed pre-orders because I really do want it. It's pretty hype looking.
Have you got into the G Gundam, the Gundam that was like a fighting anime? You know what I mean?
Yeah, G Gundam is one of the ones I haven't watched. I actually haven't watched basically any Gundam like actual shows besides the first original Gundam. I actually read the original Gundam manga because I read more stuff than I watch. But no, I usually do not. I have not watched G Gundam. Will there be a Gorduck story? I can do a Gorduck story, sure. Depends if I can think one up in time. If I'm smart.
There needs to
enough.
be a Gorduck Gunpla. Somebody has to figure out how to mix them together.
Someone needs to make a Gorduck sculpture. I wonder who could be a good sculpture artist. I don't know anyone like that though.
Well, if you leave it up long enough, somebody will show up or something.
Okay, take a look at this bad boy. I'm not sure if you can see it. I'll pull it up on the stream. Look at this fucker. Look at this beautiful bitch. Come on, yeah. That's what you like to fucking see. Like, I really want this bad. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah, that really is pretty great.
Look at how cool that is. Like,
Jeez.
honestly. I think it's based on the Kazuki Takahashi art. Like, he did the redraw of the Red Eyes Dragon. I think it's based off of that. And man, look at the detail on this. That's gonna be so cool when I get it. If I get it.
That's a lot of time too. Doing the coloring on it, like as good as they do it or whatever.
No,
Like,
the paint job is excellent on it. Like, man, you gotta appreciate it. I've been I fell out of like collecting and being a bifag for like a year or two. I just started getting into it again a couple months ago. So I was like, fuck, I'm so bored, and like I haven't done anything exciting, and it's just Taco Weebs. Yeah, listen, I'm sorry, I'm a weeb. Okay, I'm just not gonna pretend I'm not. I like anime. I just do. You know.
Well, I like some of it a lot. You know what I mean? There's nothing necessarily evil about anime except for, the Japanese people making it. Right?
Right. You listen. I just like the cool shit, man. What's your preferred Magic deck? So I don't actually play Magic. I only play Yu-Gi-Oh. I know it's so bad. Literally, I got into Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, and like I never played Magic. I just never did. None of my friends played Magic. Like I knew,
That's
like
such
I would
a
be
great
interested.
answer, though. Just no, I don't know anything about Magic. Fuck you. I know about Yu-Gi-Oh.
I do.
Fuck.
I know they're
What do you
basically the
say?
same game, but like, yeah,
Yeah, they're like different levels of like complexity at different times. They're not completely insane. Yeah.
they're different games. Gahul stands Naruto. I don't. I actually don't mind like the first couple chapters of the original Naruto manga, like with the
Wait.
OG art.
Do you like that sort of anime though? Like just the fighting guys, like just for some fun to chill out and watch?
I like One Piece. I might be reading One Piece forever. I kind of can't get into the newer shonens. It's very difficult for me to. I need like, some kind of edge or twist to it.
Yeah.
Like I really like Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man's awesome, and Dan Dan Dan, which is the newest, which is a newer one that just came out in Shonen Jump. That's really good. Have you read Dan 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 yet?
No, I don't read anything.
You got
I'm
it.
just very slow guy. You know, I just watch stuff.
Anyone who's in the chat who reads manga, read Dan Dan Dan. It's really quite good. And Hajime Ippo is good too. But honestly, I've been mostly into seinen lately over shonen. I don't know why. I guess because maybe I'm getting older, so I like the older style stories.
Yeah. Well, do you like that? Who was the guy that did Devilman and all that stuff? Like, there's something really interesting about those manga stories from like the 70s versus like more modern stuff.
I think there's actually pretty good manga there's always at least one good manga going on at all times, at least interesting. They're all different, they all have different vibes, you're right. Devilman's like super weird. Like it's super good though. Devilman Bronx Beats. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the chat too. Classic anime is way better than the new shit. I wish Yu-Gi-Oh! Stayed cool and they just played a bunch of different games that have been turned to shit to market merchandise. I do too. I don't like the newer slate of anime of like Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Like I think I didn't even hate 5Ds. I actually like GX at that era of Yu-Gi-Oh. It's okay. It's not as good as classic Yu-Gi-Oh, but GX I think is okay, and 5Ds is so stupid with the freaking motorcycle shit. But anything beyond that, it's like fuck off. Let's see. I've been reading One Piece since it came out. Not since it came out, but since it started coming out in the West, in like the Shonen Jump. I've got on that back shelf, that top rack is basically every printed Shonen Jump magazine released in the West. So that's how I started reading a lot of that manga. Do you read Jojo Leon, Nacho?
No, I do not read any manga at the time. Currently.
Okay.
I did in the past, but not anything anymore.
Bull Weedy says, I think Jojo Leon's going to right up next. I hope it does. I think Jojo Leon's been one of the weakest JoJo arcs, period. I honestly think that I think Stone Ocean is better, and I think Stone Ocean is my least favorite, but I think Jojo Leon is super weak as an arc. I'm not a big fan of it. I hope he does something better for the next one. I think he like set up a lot of stuff to build up, and I was kind of waiting for it to get picked up, and it just never did. Which is hard because it came off of Steel Ball Run, which I think the best one. Steel Ball Run's have you ever you know what the plot for Steel Ball Run is, Nacho?
Oh wait, no. Tell it to me.
So JoJo, right? It's
they have the powers.
Yeah. So
and they're trying to fight thieves.
So Steel Ball Run is the first in like they like reset the world, and like it's like a clean slate essentially. And Steel Ball Run, it's an Italian immigrant, Gyro Zeppeli, and his cripple friend Johnny Joestar ride horses on a horseback race across the country, like the Great Race or the Great, a Mad World. We have to ride from the West Coast to the East Coast, and the winner at the end gets a grand prize from the President of the United States, who is the main villain of the arc. And along the way, they develop new powers, and they get stands. And guess where the stands come from in Steel Ball Run? They don't come from an alien arrow or some weird shit. They literally come from the body of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ creates the stands in Steel Ball Run, and like they encounter and like Jesus appears and like graces them with their stand abilities.
Nice.
It's so fucking great.
He loves everybody. That's the songs I sang as a little kid. I know that was how it works. So of course.
Well, the thing
gives them magic abilities. Why not?
The thing with Steel Ball Run also with Jesus, it's like the body parts of Jesus, because like they like it's kind of like the saint items. Like it's like but that.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I would recommend Steel Ball Run to anyone, even if you don't like JoJo.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I used to have this idea for a story in my head. It was like you know, on Fox they used to have this show about like a secret like car race, right? You know,
Yeah.
like at nighttime, and these guys had to do some race. And I was always like, it'd be really funny to do that story, but do it like the secret guy who's running the race, you know, who's got like a mask on. He's like the president of the United States of America, you know, and he's just running this race trying to fight, you know, cartels or something.
Yeah. Oh, and like the final boss is the president. Like, he's the main villain. It's so funny. I need an edge.
That's perfect, though, right?
It is
like,
great. It's honestly a great story. I think I think it would adapt well to like a movie or something. Honestly, like I think it's like the story is so ridiculous. And
well,
fun.
they'll make it into a show eventually.
Yeah, they're doing an anime of it. Probably after this one. Kenny Omega's favorite manga is probably something stupid. Does buck breaking involve the Young Bucks? Oh, also, Ghost, I'm sorry I didn't DM you back on Twitter. Yes, I will. I think reviewing the Dark Side of the Ring will be a fun thing to do. Sorry, I just been busy to talk to people.
Ooh, that Dark Side of the Ring, that's interesting because that's actually produced by WWE, right?
No, it's not. It's from Vice. I think WWE guys work on it, but it's not actually produced by WWE. It's like one of the first really good documentaries not about wrestling, not from WWE side.
Some of that stuff I'd seen. Okay, so what I had heard somebody say that it was like, oh, it's not going to be great because it's got WWE involved with it. But I'd seen a couple of those episodes whenever they finally came up, and that was really fucking good. Like,
Yeah.
It was just a documentary about like people don't appreciate the lives of wrestlers and stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
And,
I've seen. I think my favorite one is still the Chris Benoit. And it's such that one's so well done.
That was amazing.
It's tasteful, but it's also like not like hurting things back.
But to get a story where they're like, okay, here's this guy who's this wrestler. He does a certain move, and it ruins his life, and he's telling everybody else, don't do this move or whatever. And then like that guy teaches it to Chris Benoit, you know, the next guy or whatever, and it's like he ends up ruining his back and his, you know, hips and stuff, and that's always so sad.
It is sad. Honestly, there's a lot to go into with the whole story. The whole industry, it's kind of fucked. Honestly, if you really think about what wrestling is as an industry, it's kind of like shit. But anyways,
well, yeah. It can be very rough, but at the same time, they don't have to be quite so hard, and they can actually keep the audience going if they're going to do good stories. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So there's no need to worry too much for those guys if they could actually get their shit together.
Let me see here. Am I not turning heel? No, I'm not. I've been babyface the whole time since the beginning. Don't worry. Anyway, someone asked in chat about fucking buck breaking. I already talked about buck breaking. It's funny, but it feels like a forced meme, and it's literally not from my site, so I can't. I don't know. I don't even want to say it's fucking. This guy is gay. He made a whole documentary about how gay he is. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Okay. Wait. He is a black guy who is making a documentary about how whites are the enemy. You know what I mean?
No, that's what you think it is, but really it's actually his gay racial slave fantasy. That's the deeper meaning. The deeper meaning is that you think it's gonna be like this, oh, white people are terrible, but no, it's actually him commissioning people like to draw slaves.
To make those drawings. Yeah,
that's the real
drawings.
The real truth is that he's got this as his fetish, and he's like jerking off to, oh, massa, don't break my buck, don't break me, massa. Like, that's you fix it for a buck break, and oh fuck.
Well,
that's like that, because you think it's gonna. It's the bait and switch. You think it's the critical race theory shit, where it's like the black people are the real oppressed ones, we the real Jews, man. But really, it's his gay BDSM fantasy, which is so funny. This is Nacho. He's a guy from my Discord.
Where do they go from here?
What do you mean?
Where do they go from here? Like, okay, they did buck breaking. You know, what's the next movie? You know what I mean?
Oh fuck!
This is real interesting.
We did buck breaking. I don't know what's next. I guess a Bleached movie, a rice farmer movie.
Oh my god! If
the
they
Bleached?
did
like how about how like you know black men are getting cucked by white men for their black women. You know, like that could be the next thing.
Yeah, and they're making all these mulatto kids.
Oh fuck!
Holy shit!
Oh, let's see here.
But I really feel bad for. I heard that his wife's a Jewish woman. Have you heard that?
Oh, Tariq? No, I did not know that.
Yeah, supposedly, and that might be the reason why they never say a certain word. You know what I mean? In that whole documentary, when they're talking about who did bad things.
Yeah, chutzpah. Oh, that man, he had such chutzpah. His chutzpah was off the charts.
Yeah, there's no chutzpah at all.
There's no... Yuval, where's all the chutzpah for this man? Where's his cock? His schlong is so big, but it's all cut. We don't have any...
Schlanga.
His schlong is so erect. Where's his cock? Do we cut the cock off? What do we do here? So, SMG's in the chat. I just want to let everyone know that SMG loves the worst wrestler of all time, Bailey. She sucks and she can go fuck herself. Boom! Bring back Liddy Night.
This is how you get... That's how you get rid of your audience.
What, SMG? SMG knows that I hate Bailey and he still comes in and defends her. He's making a mistake by even defending her in the first place. I'm trying to save him from himself. Don't worry, gentlemen. We will bring back Liddy Night. For all of you who don't know, Fast and Furious 9 comes out this next Friday, June 25th. Buy your tickets now. You can go to fastfriday.com. You can still go to Fate of the Furious next Friday, June 18th for free. But I got to make sure you guys all get your tickets for Friday, the June 25th. We need to support this film. We need to support Liddy Filmography. I will be doing a Fast and Furious series recap that week at some point before the movie comes out. I will make it happen.
Oh, man. That almost makes it worth the ticket, yeah.
King of Aspies is seriously, like, I want to speak with him. I need to get him in a phone call. I need King of Aspies to call me, and we need to talk. He needs to talk. The King of Aspies needs to talk to the King of Incels, and we need to settle our royal differences. We need to have a meeting of the royal families here. Okay? I want to make sure this man is okay. I will save this man by force if I have to. I will fucking fix him. It is my mission and my duty in life to save every incel, because every incel is going to make it. If you want a girlfriend, I'm going to make sure you get a girlfriend, boys. I'm going to make it happen for you. That's my promise. That's my hardcore promise for you. I guarantee you, from the bottom of my soul, I can get you wife and kids before you die. That's my promise. We're all going to make it, and I'm going to help you make it.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
And if you doubt me, just believe in me. That's all I ask. I will remain celibate and a virgin and incel for all of you, so that you can achieve your dreams.
You give us all your power, yeah. That's not a terrible idea, is it?
If you want it. If you don't want a girl, I'm not going to help you get one. Because guess what? That's a valid option too. Just checking out is just okay. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If you want to buy a fucking anime girl figure and use that, just be happy. That's fine. That's okay. I don't give a shit. That's good.
Have a Decepticon rape her.
I can't show you my... Should I gotta cover her up if I want to show her on stream, but oh my god. I don't think I can. I'm just not going to tonight. You can check out the Jarbo stream if you want to see my excellent Supersonico figure that I've purchased. Please stream next E3 stream. Yeah. I will be doing Xbox tomorrow. Don't worry, guys. For sure watching Xbox. I don't know if I'm going to do Squeenix. I think I might just do Xbox and Nintendo. I don't even know. I don't even know.
They're in a rough place. They've got, like, everything has leaked so far. You know what I mean?
I don't know what's leaked from the Xbox. I haven't even been paying attention.
What's his face? I was just listening to this stuff today while I was just wasting time. And Jeff Grubb talked about, like, 4 different games he said was coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like 20 minutes of their schedule, and then there's the Bethesda stuff. We already know that's like Starfield or whatever, so they've got like an hour of the schedule already gone. You know what I mean? That everybody knows what's happening.
My God. I just got the big news. I got the big scoop. Hot off the presses off of my treadmill machine. From my thing. I've gotten the press. I've gotten the breaking leak. It turns out the Xbox will have No games! It's a fact!
One more year?
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Wait. What's that? I got another breaking news alert! The PlayStation has no games!
Oh, Jesus.
No! How did it happen?
Why would they sell us all this hardware? They didn't have any goddamn games in the pipeline for the next 2 years. Why would they do that?
Yeah.
It seems really retarded, like, when you really think about it. This is supposed to make them billions of dollars, and they didn't have any goddamn games. God damn it.
I have no idea.
It really is stupid, though. Like, when you really think about it, you know, you wear your big boy hat, you know what I mean? You go, God damn it. Why'd they do that?
Okay, here's the deal. I will probably do the Xbox stream. I probably will, because I like doing it. I like doing the live streams. I didn't do Ubisoft today, because every time I've done Ubisoft, my channel has gotten a fucking strike. Like,
Ubisoft is terrible, too. They're
I
like,
know.
E3s are just rough.
The only reason I don't want to do Nintendo is I will get soy during that, and it will be an extremely embarrassing thing to watch me freak out over stuff, because I actually still like Nintendo games. So I will be cynical I can be a cynical man over fucking Xbox for sure, but I will also like things, because I am not just pure cynic. I do enjoy certain video games. Like if they announce like a new Devil May Cry or like some new stuff for Phantasy Star Online at Xbox, I'm gonna get excited. Or if they do like a bunch of stuff for Tales of, I'll be yes.
Yeah, more Devil May Cry would be fucking badass. We live in a world that's like, there's only one group of people that can give us Devil May Cry, you know, and they're like on like a 5-year schedule or some shit. We're kind of fucked.
Well, there's another group of people. They make Bayonetta. If you want Devil May
Oh
Cry,
yeah.
Where's Bayonetta 3? Honestly,
Where is Bayonetta 3? That was announced like 4 years ago, and they claimed the console. Or they're like, we're gonna put it on a Switch, and we've just been waiting.
Well, they released Astral Chain, which I thought would be good, but honestly, I don't think Astral Chain's a good action game. I think it's an okay, like, overall game, but it's pretty mediocre considering Platinum's history.
Yeah, Platinum's the one group that's like actually giving people stuff every year. Like it might not be perfect, but they're gonna give you an actual character action game.
I think Transformers Devastation's a pretty underrated video game, actually.
Oh, I love that game. I
think it's
game
pretty
is
good.
fucking rad.
I think
Dude, Transformers Devastation has some amazing stuff you can do with combos, switching between the vehicles and that game is so underrated. Everybody needs to go out and look up Transformers Devastation.
You can get it for super cheap. Actually, also, I would recommend that. It's a pretty good last game. Or I guess
it's pretty rad though. It's pretty rad.
I mean, Platinum has put out some stinkers too. Like I think the Core game sucked pretty hard, and so did the TMNT game. But I mean, the Transformers game was actually quite fun.
I heard the TMNT game looked good. Like I don't think it was good as a game, but from what I heard, it looked good.
The visuals were alright,
and that was a positive in it.
Someone said Microsoft makes a net loss on Xbox. That's actually true for every year except the last 2 or 3 years, which is insane to think about. But I'll tell you why. One reason only, because they consider Minecraft part of Xbox. And Minecraft makes fucking money.
It got really popular like 2 years ago or something. It
got re-popular again. But the thing also with Xbox, they've completely shifted away from being hardware company to being service software company, and that's gonna make them a ton of money. Like, honestly.
Well, it looks a lot better on the books. That's the big thing to understand for gamers is like this stuff all looks a lot better on the books. They're not spending money ahead of time. They're just waiting until it happens. They're just reaping the benefits, and that's a huge plus for their executive overlords.
You know what takes some serious balls, though, for Microsoft, which I do give them credit for, and it does make me kind of want to buy a Series X. I'm considering buying that over a PS5. I seriously am. For a couple reasons. Number one, I don't like Sony. Don't like what they've been doing. 2, you can literally install RetroArch on a Series X without even hacking it. You don't even have to hack the thing to install a fucking emulator on it. You can emulate PS2 games on your fucking Xbox, but you can't play PS2 games. You can play PS2 games on your Xbox, but you can't play PS2 games on your PS5. What the fuck?
And you can play them for free.
Literally,
you set it up, and
if you have the disc, you can just and use it. Right?
Isn't that wild though?
That's crazy.
Like, this is all the sort of stuff that like Sony in one day could just unplug. Like they could just allow it to happen on their PS5 or PS4 or whatever, and it would work. Because of course it would just work. And they just don't let it happen. And they've never really appreciated that idea that, like, no, this is really fucking people over.
They did appreciate it on the PlayStation 3. They let you install Linux on a PS3 at launch. And, like, they took that away. It's like, that's what I want. Like, I want to be able to have a console that does, if like the general consumer, it's just a plain old console, no issues. But also, I can fuck with it. And I can do fun stuff with it. That's what I want.
But the original PlayStation 3 was like you could set stuff up on it and just download games for free.
Yeah, you
like,
could.
You could get
they got to deal with that shit.
Rules.
Listen, that's the problem. The thing, you have to make that difficult to do. That's the difference. You have to make downloading games a hassle, and you have to make buying games easy and convenient. That's the important thing. If it's easy and convenient, people prefer to do it. And also, if you restrict online play. I mean, honestly, every game has online play now, so the whole piracy argument is out the fucking window. Because if you don't have access to the servers, like, you're not going to be, like, who cares if you pirate Call of Duty Warzone? You have 100 gigabytes of useless files on your computer then.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things where we're heading this thing where they want to charge everybody $70 a game. They want to get as much money as possible on the front end of games. And at the same time, like, people have these options to not do that, and that's gonna like massively limit everything. The Fortnite effect, or whatever else, you can just get a PC, and there's like loads of fucking free fun games on the PC. Well,
the thing is, I see the argument against PC. I have a PC. I'm happy with my PC. I have a laptop now, unfortunately, but I had a gaming desktop, and I loved the thing. It was fun. But I'm a technical-minded person. I like computers. I like tinkering with shit. I'm happy to use and spend the time to make a PC work. But there is an argument to be made that a PC does take up more time to start games than actually just a console. Like a console, the whole idea is you plug it in, you play it, and then you move on with your life. You don't think about it.
It's
easy. A PC is a little bit more difficult, which is fine. I think that's a good thing. It's a good barrier of entry. It means that the PC player base is better overall.
But that's the thing I like about PC. I don't have one right at this moment, but like I remember I downloaded Doom roguelike, because I was really into roguelikes, and I had NetHack, and I had all these things. All these games are just completely free, and they've been like developed by people over years. They're just as good as any other game, and you can spend your time enjoying it. And the problem with the console racket, so to speak, is it's all pushing you into spending money for these like $70 games.
Yeah. Oh, it absolutely is. And it's ridiculous, but at the same time, I understand the pleb. It is a pleb filter, someone said. It is a fucking pleb filter, which is fine.
Yeah. It does, in fact. It's nowadays, though, we have this stuff where there's phone games, there's PC games, there's console games. There's like
some of those
so much weirdness with like, do you want to play with like phone motherfuckers on your shit?
Phones are more powerful than a lot of gaming consoles. Like most cell phones are more powerful than the Switch.
Oh god, that's so crazy.
Remember PvP shit on PC and then got walled from multiplayer by Call of Duty bugs. Wow. Well, okay, yeah, I know. There's plenty of console bugs. I'm not saying that consoles don't have bugs. I am saying though, for average normie dummy, the problem is that the PC bugs, the fix for a lot of PC bugs is fan-made patches, and like you have to like go in and adjust the ini files, and like depending on what your GPU uses, you have to use different drivers. There's a lot of things you have to do to make your games work on PC, which is fine. I think that's a good thing. I don't even think that's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing. But for normal people, it's not an appealing thing.
It's not the best option on a Friday night to spend 4 hours trying to make your stuff work instead of just playing.
Someone made a good point also. You have to download games on consoles now. Before you could just pop a disc in. Now most games you're installing a bunch of shit. At least with the Switch, if you get a cartridge game, usually it's a normal game. If it's not like one of those big fucking sports games, usually it's pop it in, maybe install a quick update and then go. Now, PS4 was one of the most annoying consoles for me ever, because so many of my games I would put it in and I had to wait for it to install before I could play it. It's like, bitch, I can pop in my fucking PS2 game right now and it still works. How hard was that? Why make Blu-rays? Why put these games on Blu-rays if you're not going to have any files on them? These are huge discs with a ton of data storage. Can we not make the games small enough to fit on these discs? Or is it, if the read speed on the disc isn't good enough, maybe we shouldn't be using discs. Maybe we should be using fucking cartridges. If it's better, if the read speed is good.
who knows what, if they're not going to put everything on a disc, then they need to rethink what they're putting out on a thing they're giving consumers.
Yeah,
That's just the only way to look at it.
Someone in the chat was talking about how confused with what I was talking about with the PS3. You can still put RetroArch on PS3 if you hack it. But what I was saying is that with the Series X, you don't have to hack it. You can, it literally, you can, I think, to put the thing into dev mode, but then you can just play RetroArch.
But you buy dev mode, you spend $20 on dev mode, and that's all you do. Then you have the dev mode option forever on your Xbox.
Honestly, essentially, you're paying $20 to get RetroArch, essentially. Or
yeah,
if you
so
want
you
to
can
develop
play
games.
like a million different retro games.
Or
You
if
can play
I guess
Saturn
if someone
games,
releases
you can play
homebrew,
whatever.
if someone releases homebrew for it, eventually you could play that. Like, I'm okay.
Oh yeah,
with,
yeah.
Honestly, that's like, fuck it, that's great. You have a hack thing. You're not gonna be able to pirate games with it, probably.
But I was playing the PS3 a few
And
weeks back, like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I forgot how long it takes for the PS3 to delete files, to delete a game. It took like 30 minutes or something, or maybe an hour. I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it took forever. And then to download files off to just download it, it took forever. And it's so weird. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, the problem is the PS3's servers that you use to access your files on them are like really old and like.
yeah, they haven't done anything to improve that. You know what I mean?
Well, no, it's a PS3.
Like, since the beginning.
But even the PS4 is kind of like that too. It's kind of shit.
Yeah,
And
it's still
a lot
not
of that's
great.
the Wi-Fi card on the PS3, like the network card on it's pretty bad. But partially because that's what network cards were like when the thing came out. But also because the servers that they put them on are like basically just like backup servers. Like, they're not like frequently accessed, so they don't care. And yeah, I think $20 is a more than fair enough price for Microsoft to like make you, because even then, like, say like you eventually down the line want to make games, you can just it's just $20 in this console and you can develop games for fucking Xbox. I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah, or you can try stuff out. You can,
Yeah,
if somebody has a game they're making and you just talk to them online, you know what I mean?
They can send
you
it
can have
over.
them send it to you and you can play it because you have the dev kit enabled.
yeah, I think that's a PS4 is a Bloodborne machine. The thing is, I don't like Souls games. I don't like them. It's one of my biggest things. I don't fucking like the Soulsborne type
I used to
games.
love them to death, and then there's a certain point you get to where it's like,
I don't even
you
have
know what I mean?
I don't even have a problem with them per se. I just don't like them. It's just not something that I like. No,
Dude,
I don't.
Every one of them goes on like a little bit too long. That's all I'll say.
I just don't
like-
like the combat. It's just something that I don't enjoy. It's not even that it's bad. I just don't particularly care for it.
I
a
like
hack.
it. I just think they always go on too
I'm
long.
good at them. Like, I can, like, I don't die a lot. It's not like I get frustrated. I just don't think they're particularly enjoyable.
You ever play? Go back to like PS1, PS2 action games,
Yeah.
and like none of those games are like longer than like 10 or 11 hours.
Well, Devil May Cry 3 is the best game ever made, and it's not even that long.
Yeah, and all that stuff. It's like it's really good, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. And now games are like, no, they have to be like 40 hours. It's
No,
like,
I don't
want
wanna
to
be
an
playing-
action game.
I like my games pretty short, honestly. I mean, I either like my games super short, or I like them like super autism mode where I can put like 100 hours in.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the autism mode.
I like-
turn that on.
There's a couple, I've only 100%ed a couple of games in my life, and they've all been these fucking open world games. I've 100%ed Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Red Dead Redemption 1, and MGS5. Those are the 4 games I've 100%ed that I consider, like, I actually put the effort in. I think I 100%ed Another World or some shit, like some other, like, fucking, like, platformer game, like, it doesn't really count, but...
Yeah, it's weird. We don't make those games anymore where like 100% is a sensible thing. I feel like back in the N64 days, 100% was something you could do without taking too much time.
Well, you don't even think about
beyond
it.
playing the game.
A lot of games back
now
then,
it's like
100%, you just beat the game. Like, that's it.
yeah, there might be some collectibles or something you needed to like catch up on. You know what I mean? Like just a little bit of stuff. And now games are like filled to the brim with so much shit. I mean, we're still talking about Assassin's Creed, and you can't do all the stuff in the new Assassin's Creed games. Like, you will be too high level for the content, and you just won't enjoy it.
No,
you know?
it gets super repetitive, and honestly, even MGS5 was like that, and MGS5 and Breath of the Wild were both like that. Where at some point, like, I was so high level, I was just like looking for Korok seeds, or I was like getting all the animals or some shit. It was like, oh my god, what am I doing? But I was committed. How do I feel about Omega producing the AEW game? I hope it's good. I know they got the No Mercy director on, and honestly, I think that'll be nice. But
What's the theory right now about the AEW game? Is it supposed to be like an N64 game?
Well, they brought the director of No Mercy in, which is a good sign. I think that's good. But honestly, my favorite wrestling games are like the SmackDown versus Raw series over No Mercy. Although No Mercy is very fun, and I hope it's. I know people want simulation, and I know people want simulation. They want things realistic, but I don't want like arcadey, like the WWE 2K Battlegrounds, whatever. I don't want that. But I want like a good mix of, I want it to feel good and have it also be fun. Honestly, I would have gotten the Wrestling Empire guy. I think if you give him a budget and like a team to do the graphics for him, I think he's got his gameplay down pretty darn good. I think also I want a really good like story mode where it's like kind of gets randomized and like you can like it's not like boring. I don't want like cutscenes. I want like, a fun like, journey to the title type thing that's enjoyable. Honestly, if they were smart, you know who they would fucking get to get the story to write it? And they brought Suda back. They did it for Fire Pro Wrestling World. So Suda 51, the guy who made No More Heroes?
Yeah.
One of his first games was he wrote a pro wrestling story game. Like the story thing for Fire Pro Wrestling Special on
Jesus,
Super Famicom.
Okay.
And like the whole like plot of the game is, you're this wrestler who's like trying to beat your rival and achieve the top. And once you dedicate so much of your life to pro wrestling that your wife leaves you, your children hate you, and like all you do is pro wrestling. And then when you reach the top, you've achieved everything, you've gotten everything you could ever want, and then you kill yourself because there's nothing left for you to do. It's so good. Shit. Like I just fucking Suda.
That's amazing. That sounds like the best game ever.
It's okay. And the thing is, this is like one of the few games that there's not a fan translation patch for. I don't know why. It's a Suda 51 pro wrestling game. Why has it not been translated, bitch? Someone work on this.
Because everybody who wants to play it loves it enough to learn all of Japanese, man.
Listen, Suda came back and wrote a sequel story for Fire Pro Wrestling World, and that got translated to English, but the original never did. And it's like, I want to play that game so bad, because it sounds so fun. There's plenty of Fire Pro games on Super Famicom that you can play just to have fun, but it's so great. Put all my junk on eBay? No, Bronx Beats. I have my fucking Toho figure and all my manga and all my amiibos, and it's not junk. It's not junk.
Man, I'm telling you, like 10 years from now, you're gonna be like, "Oh, it's all junk. I wish I would have sold it when it was."
No, yeah, I wish, but I'm still gonna. I haven't. So, you know how old some of this shit is? Some of this shit is like literally from when I was 6. I've got like stuff here from when I was 6, and I do not throw anything out.
Oh, jeez.
Which Toho? It's Patch Ollie. Patch Ollie's my fave Toho.
The best you can do is just hold on to it at this point until it becomes valuable again.
It's never going to be valuable. I'm never selling it. Literally, I am never going to fucking sell any of this. I'm just holding it because I like it. It's nothing to do with money.
No, I respect that. That's a reasonable choice, man.
Yeah. No, I seriously, like, if I was AEW, I would hire Suda to write my wrestling script for me. Because honestly, like, why not? Like, who else are you, like, what's the point? Like, I know, Suda is busy with No More Heroes 3 right now, but I guarantee you who has time to write a script,
Yeah.
He would love to do that. And he would get such a kick out of, like, working with, like, this big team. It would give the game recognition from, like, regular gamers who aren't into wrestling. It would work well with the fans. Honestly, AEW, here's my pitch. For your story mode, hire Suda 51. Just fucking do it. Don't be bitches.
Well, what is the real goal, though? AEW should try and make a wrestling game that's actually fucking gets, like, sold to people. You know what I mean? That people actually want to play, so they actually learn something about AEW.
Okay, so here's the deal. Actually, you're right. If AEW's game is really good, I think it'll, honestly, because I think a lot of the potential wrestling fan base comes from gamers and nerds. It really is.
Yeah.
I think like you can. I think AEW's plan should from the beginning instead of going for the mainstream audience, which is what WWE tries to do. I think they should go for a wave of niche appeal, like a large net of niche appeal. Like they should be trying to appeal as many niche groups as possible. So they've already done that with Darby Allin. Darby Allin's great for appealing to like skaters, which is a pretty niche sport right now. But he's great for appealing to like skater types and like Jackass fan types. Kenny appeals to weebs and gamers. Same thing with the Young Bucks, a lot of them can appeal to different groups of like nerd or niche culture. You know, you got fucking Shaq coming in to appeal to a couple basketball fans. I think you need at least one person who can appeal to like music fans. You know, you need to be like, I guess Darby is that too because he's a rocker. But I would put like, you know, a decent rapper somewhere in the thing. Most tie-ins are. Well, the thing is, if AEW makes a good video game, and they do make a good quality video game, it could actually propel them very high. Like, it could get them some good ratings, it could get people interested in the show, it could get people interested in their wrestling. Because, honestly, huge part of why WWE was so popular in the 2000s and in the 90s is because the games were fun. You know? And also, they had some of the most advanced... Part of the reason why some of the most advanced character creators in the world were in wrestling games at the time. So being able to have, like... Essentially, what you're doing is you're making your own fighting game roster. Like, you make you and your friends, and then you beat each other up in the ring. You know, in a video game. What's not fun about that?
Everybody would come home from school to a friend's house who had a video game system, and you'd play video games. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, only so many kids were like, grew up like watching wrestling. You know what I mean?
Right. But like, a lot of them had wrestling games for the sole purpose of making them and their friends in the game and then beating each other up. Right?
And this was at that prime era of like late 90s, early 2000s. Like, okay, all these kids are playing these games, so they're going to watch the shows, and they're watching like the craziest fucking wrestling shit. You know what I mean? Like, it was a real win-win on their parts.
Yeah, and the games,
these good games. The
game sold well. And same thing with Tony Hawk Pro Skater and skating. Like, you know, you take this really fun game that people like to play, and you put a lot of skaters in it. Suddenly people know about skaters. They're famous.
Yeah. And they know about the whole culture, too. And they're reading things, and they're buying magazines, and suddenly the whole thing's risen up. But I worry about that with the idea that you guys always say AEW is kind of gay, though, isn't it?
Well, it can be kind of gay, but I think that's overblown. I don't care. I mean, you know,
I worry people are going to hear that they're going to be like into a really cool AEW game, and they're going to hear like some guy on Twitter be like, "No, AEW is gay," and I'm like, I don't want to buy the game.
No, I think the worst thing that could happen is that they tune in the show and it sucks. As long as the show is good, people will care. People don't really care what people say on Twitter. I don't think they do, at least. So
yeah, any wrestling show could suck one week. Yeah,
I think. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is also, I think that's why you need to be most weeks. You need to have a good show. That's the main thing. And what's one thing AEW does do well is most weeks it's a good show. It's not a great show all the time, and sometimes it's a bad show, but usually it's an enjoyable thing to watch. It's fun to turn on and watch it. So, okay, here's the deal. Here's what AEW, why having a good game would be a big deal for them. Because they can't rely on character creator anymore, because
everybody has character creator, yeah.
Tons of games have character creators. Tons of fighting games have character creators, like Soul Calibur, you know? It's how it is. But so they can't rely on that, so they have to rely on it being a fun game. It needs to be both easy to pick up and play, and also, I think, have enough complexity that you could recreate a good chunk of matches. You need to be able to figure out all the controls within a minute and have fun quickly. Because so many wrestling games, the problem with them is that they are fucking boring. Especially the WE2K games. You play those 2K games, and it's so dull. You don't know what the fuck... You're pressing these buttons. You don't know the combinations. You're doing like these quick time events. It's, like, bad. It's not good. It should feel like a fighting game in some respects, but also like a 3D brawler. Like, honestly, if you want to take inspiration from any game, go to Power Stone and make a Power Stone type game. But
Jesus, yeah.
That's what you should
and
do.
You want it to be smooth, too. You want people to feel... really what they're doing has an effect to it, and that throws are fun, and that they're counters, and that they're mix-ups, you know, so there's just like an actual game there.
Yeah, you have to read a ton of dialogue. The whole state of games is bad now. Well, I don't know. Well, I guess I'll go through some of the questions in the chat, because I'm sorry, guys, I'm just going off. I can't keep up. I'm doing my best. Mostly bad nowadays. Yeah, things are mostly bad.
Things are mostly bad. It's terrible to say that.
I think Sting will probably be playable. Sting, Jericho, all the people that are available will be playable. You know, all the people they have on the roster are going to be in the game. I think they have a pretty good character creator, so you can make whoever you want. I think they're probably going to also get guys from other companies. I think there's going to be New Japan people in it. I think there's going to for sure be NWA people in there. Like, I guarantee you there are going to be NWA wrestlers in this game. I'm going to say AAA. I'm gonna say AAA. All of like the luchadors from AAA are gonna be in the game as playable characters, because why the fuck not? And I'm gonna say all the Tokyo Joshi Pro female wrestlers as well. Hopefully they have New Japan for the games. Hopefully they can get a good chunk of the New Japan guys. Like if you can get Okada, Ospreay, you know, fucking Kenta, most of the Bullet Club members in there, that'll be a huge win. Honestly,
I like the someone says talking about like an RPG game, like RPG wrestling. That would be fun. That would be interesting. If they figure out how to make that and mix it in with like a story mode or something.
You want to know what my big pitch for AEW game, and also like any kind of game like this, my big pitch for a wrestling game is this: GTA San Andreas, but wrestling. Have all the different factions have all the factions be like have different areas, and to like go wrestle all the members of the different factions.
And you have to go drive to your matches, and you slowly go to better matches and stuff. And you have to go drive to work out, and yeah.
Bronx, why are you calling me cunt, nigger, kaiju, faggot? What do you got? What's up with that? What do you think? Why are you calling me that, man? What have I done to you to deserve that?
That is kind of rough.
Like, I'm. If you got a problem with me, I get it. I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm just talking. You know. What do you want from me, man? Just give me a break. It's been a rough day. No. Okay. So imagine this. Okay. So like you have Bullet Club, you have Lij, you have all the people. You know, I guess Pinnacle, Inner Circle, the Elite. You know, all these fucking like you have all these factions in AEW and all this New Japan factions, right? You have them all like control separate gang territories, but like they're all like you have like grunts who like wears like the t-shirt of the group or whatever.
But their gangs aren't like running like fentanyl. It's like they sell VCRs, right? It's like something that's not horrifying,
right?
You know, they don't trade women.
Yeah, no, they're not like doing like these great, like stupid, you know, crazy stuff. But like they're like doing like wrestler, like evil. The heel factions are doing heel things. The babyface factions are doing babyface things. Whatever. But the whole point is that you start out either you start your own faction or you start out you pick one. I think better if you pick one of the factions to join. You rise up to the ranks of that faction, then you conquer the other factions and
this makes you think
the
of
teams into them and absolve their territory into your own. You know,
it's like City of Heroes or something. You know what I mean? Like the superhero gang. Like you join a group and you work with them, and you can be a really good babyface or a really good heel. Mm-hmm. You know,
I mean
that would actually be pretty rad. It'd be
pretty fun. I think you do a lot of it through matches. You do like some backstage brawls. You go up and do some missions and stuff. I think it'd be fun. I think you can do a lot with the character stuff too, because there's a lot of it. It's like based off character. Like imagine like you join. It's like imagine you're like joining the Pinnacle, and you got to convince MJF to like let you do something. You got to like work with him or stuff like. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do with like the wrestling larger than life characters.
This really would be a rad game. Like that really would be fun. I could like actually imagine sinking hours into that.
Like it'd be kind of cool, and you put some like real wrestlers in there. I think it'd be. I don't know how it would work in the context of like a pro wrestling video game. Might be pretty complex, but like honestly, like if you use like PS2 graphics, who cares? It'd be fun.
Well, it could be a lot of fun though. Like that's the thing is like
fun.
I wish some of these guys would try different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do too. I hope AEW just like does like their game. It's like their traditional wrestling game, but then they do something fun like this. You know,
make some money and get the system down. Like get the fighting down, and then maybe screw around with something more complex next time.
Well, you know what? I think the thing is like GTA's kind of abandoned this because that's what GTA was on the PS2. Like you have Bully was like this, San Andreas was like this, even like Vice City and like GTA 3 were kind of like this. You know, whereas once GTA 4 and GTA 5 rolled around, like they're not really like that like type of game anymore. You know, like the Warriors or Bully or San Andreas, where there's like these like gangs conquering each other.
Yeah,
I think that would be.
That's
put Kemonito and Luchadors in it. Put freaking Kemonito and the Luchadors. Imagine like having to fight in like an entire army of like Luchador grunts.
Well, imagine if the story like develops as you're playing it, right? So like you're taking care of like you're the heel guy and you're fighting all the baby faces, and then like halfway through the game, it's like all the Luchador guys show up, and so now you can start fighting them, and then like a bunch of MMA guys show up, and the story just rolls out differently every time because of like who you're killing first, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so like yes, there's a ton of great things you could do with it. So you see, my pitch is pretty good. It'd be very difficult to make though. It would not be an easy game. When's my next match? Bronx beats Axe. I don't have a next match planned right now. Maybe I will once I drop this video on these fucking e-girls that I'm working on. But once I have the e-girl expose done and exposed, as they say, I will be happy to do another wrestling match. I don't know with who though. Who needs new video games? Who needs to play New Vegas? Saints Row. So yeah, it's kind of like Saints Row. I'm thinking a lot like Bully. Like you're fighting all the different cliques in Bully. You're fighting all the different gangs in New Vegas.
Yeah, Saints Row is really based on that like early era GTA.
Right, but even Saints Row.
That's what you want from like Saints Row is to go back to that. Really, everybody's wanting them to do that.
I think that'd be fun. I think it's such an easy game type. I mean, essentially it's Risk, where like you're conquering territory, or like Dynasty Warriors Empires. You know, it doesn't have to be super complex with like a super crazy story, but just like that idea, I think it'd be fun.
I like the Dynasty Warrior Empires idea though, of like those little stories that would happen in those games, which are always so weird because you could pick whoever and then make them like the winner.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think that would be my favorite. I think that would be like a pretty good model to base it off of. But I think you'd also, I don't know if you would want to do it free roam. I think you would want to do it map style and like you travel to different areas to do like matches or like beat downs with people. I don't think you would want to do, you know.
There's little bits you can move to, and it's like a thing with a clock, and it's like, oh, if you go over here right now, that's the last chance you have to go fight your enemy or whatever before the next match.
Saints Row 2 is the go. You know, I hope now that THQ Nordic is in charge of Saints Row, I hope they do something good with it. Like, I hope they like make something fun with the next Saints Row game.
That was the most depressing thing, hearing them say like there's not going to be any Saints Row at E3, which I don't necessarily give a shit. But it's one of those things where you're like, well, I really want them to be making a new Saints Row.
I don't know. I think THQ was working on a lot of stuff right now. Who knows? Semi-free roam.
Yeah.
I think like partial free roam. I'm thinking like Bully. Bully would be my ideal game to base that's like my perfect. So imagine Bully with pro wrestlers would be what I imagine.
Bully really was such a like advanced, bizarrely good game for what it was. It was just like a side project, weird experimental thing. You know what I mean?
But it's
like it's
so
really weird,
good, right? Like I love.
Yeah.
They just ported Bully. Oh, if anyone has a PS Vita, by the way, they just ported Bully to the PS Vita. So if you want to play, if you got a PS Vita, put it on there, bro.
It's so strange though, because everybody talks about that game now, and I remember back in the day, like playing it on like a PlayStation 2 or whatever. You know what I mean? And like nobody was talking about it.
But it's one of those games that's a classic. I think we like kind of all appreciate because essentially what it is, it's just GTA but with like teens essentially, which is super. Yeah. It's a great idea. Honestly, you know, I want Rockstar to go back and retry the Warriors game because I think that's a great idea for a video game.
Yeah, well, I wish they would do that as like spiff it up, do it as like a fucking actual GTA game, like next GTA game. And I know they're not going to do this, but you know, to make it like you're a weird ass fucking club, a weird ass gang, and you're just trying to build your territory and take over things. And they can have their whole story that they always love making those like really involved stories, but make it that sort of weird evil 70s New York shit.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Someone says, Ghost says, is he a mark for still getting every Dynasty Warrior game that has been the same since PS1? No, you are not a mark. You are a man of culture and intelligence. My only problem with Dynasty Warriors is they're not making Dynasty Warriors anymore. They're making Muso. They're just making like Muso, like Zelda or stuff. And it's like, I don't want that. I want Dynasty Warriors, bro. I want like Long Z beating up Guangzhou in the fucking field with 1,000 men blowing up around me. Like, that's what I want.
Yeah, that last one was not critically well received. The open world one.
Yeah, no, that one wasn't very good. The one I don't like, I know, because I like the first Hyrule Warriors game they did, but I don't like Lubu. Oh my god, Lubu is the best. He was my favorite one to play as. Oh my god. I had Dynasty Warriors Empires for the PS2. I forget which one. I think it was like 5 or 6. I forget which one it was, but that was based. Oh god.
Yeah, dude, Lubu's the last great warrior. He's the last great guy.
Oh fuck.
But there's gonna be before too long. There's gonna be the samurai version of that, whatever that's called. Like
Samurai Warriors. Samurai Warriors is coming out pretty soon, and I'll probably get that.
That's probably gonna be more like the actual style of the games that you want. You know.
Oh, I'm sure. I just I'll get it. It'll be fun. My problem.
But it is now. They're all Strikers games. Have you seen that? They're just it's not Muso anymore. You know what I mean? It's all Strikers. That's the new term for the games in the West.
Yeah, well, because Persona 5 Strikers is like that. Bust out the shades. I had him out earlier. I don't. It's not sunny out. Gualu. Listen. I actually like Persona 5 Strikers because it feels like the OVA to Persona 5. But I don't like Hyrule Warriors 2, and I don't like I like Hyrule Warriors. I like Fire Emblem Warriors, and I like Persona 5 Strikers. I don't like any other like Muso spin-off games. They just take the Muso style and they slap properties on it.
I like classic Dynasty Warriors where like you're picking like a little Chinese girl and she has like some weird thing that doesn't like it's not a weapon. You know what I mean? It's like a fan or something even stupider. And she's like the best character in the game. Like I love that shit. And I love the Japanese one where they have the big tower. I always love those big towers you can go up in the games.
So the lake I live on is Little Rock Lake, which is a big enough lake that I don't think it matters that you know that. Let's see what the size is. It's 2.2. It's about 2 square miles. Maybe closer to like 2.27 square miles. How big it is? It's not super big. But it's great. I'm happy to go there when I have a chance. It's nice.
Yeah, cup with ball on string. That's the one. That's like the strongest weapon in the entire game. That guy gets it. Hey, I'm gonna get off so I can do things around the house.
Okay.
You be good. All right.
Okay. Bye, bro. It's just me now. Doxed. It's over. Yeah. No, if anyone's wondering, no, me telling you the name of my lake doesn't really affect you finding my house on it. Although I guess you could cross-reference like the wrestling match and pick it out. But honestly, like I don't care if you find the cabin. Like I don't give a shit. I have my gun there if you show up. Oh fuck, Gorduck time. I guess I guess it's Gorduck time. Well, it's that time of night, boys. Might as well. Which one do I want to tell you tonight? All right. Well, this story goes back 12 hours to go. 12 hours to go till what? Oh, the Microsoft. Yeah, until I stream next. FBI just knows this is all a big thing. Listen, there is no Nazi dog whistles, okay? I'm not a Nazi. I don't tuck us in. Yeah. Okay. All right, boys. Let's open up the storybook. I'm just going to grab a book here for a visual effect. This book is Beginner's Basic from the TI-84, TI-99/4A computer manual. But it's not what I'm going to be reading. But just imagine it's a book. This story takes place. I don't actually support Israel. I think depends. It actually depends. If it was Israel that sent the false claim about me to the FBI, then I don't like Israel. But if it was Palestine, then I actually do like Israel, and I do love the Yom of the Zohan. So we'll see what happens. Anti-Gordic is a code word for anti-white. Oh fuck! All right. This story takes place in the year 1978. It's from my father. Now, this is not a personal story for myself, so this is coming from my dad, so you gotta take what he says with a little bit of a grain of salt. But we have to understand that things were different back then. People didn't have their phones, so it's gonna be a different world, different time period. Kind of submerge yourself. It was the summer of 1978, June through to about July, somewhere late June, early July. The town of Winfield, with the river running through, the water was overflowing quite heavily because of the rains from the spring before, and unfortunately, because of that, a good chunk of the field my father used to play in was cut off. So he had to walk down to a different field. It was a hot summer day. And about 110 degrees, really one of the hottest days that whole summer. And my father, being an outdoorsman type as he always was ready to go out and play in the fields. Now, he really loved playing tennis. That was his favorite sport when he was growing up. But it's not really tennis time in the field, if you know what I mean. But he would always bring his tennis ball and tennis racket with him just in case he found someone who wanted to play with him, which he usually never did. But sometimes he just ended up bouncing the ball on his racket and just kind of floating around. So he was out there, tennis racket in hand, bouncing his ball up and down, up and down. And my father, about 7 at the time, was just walking out, looking for someone to play with, hanging out, you know, kids being kids in the 70s. You know, you didn't have your computers or these fancy color televisions, so you had to make do with your imagination. And really the problem was my dad just had a strong imagination at the time, and he got carried away. He would sit and he would think in the field and make up stories in his head about fighting big hulking beasts and being the baddest man on the tennis team, you know, things like that. About 7 o'clock, he realized that he was late for dinner, and he had to rush home. He realized, oh shoot, I've been playing in the field so long, that I'm late for dinner. My mom is gonna kill me. And so he grabs his ball, his tennis racket, and he starts rushing back home. And he starts running, and he runs. And he runs. And about 10 minutes into running, he drops his ball. He's rushing so hard, he drops his tennis ball, and it rolls away. He's like, oh no! He goes in and goes to dive for it, but the tennis ball rolls down the field, rolls down the hill, down a little pit into a little enclave in the woods, and it bounces in, down, to the bottom of the hill, landing right on a pile of rocks next to a small creek. My dad sees this and he's weighing the options in his mind. He knows he's already late for supper. So really, what's an extra 5 minutes of late to go grab his ball so he can come play with it later? So he climbs down the rocks of the cliff, gets to the bottom, makes sure he doesn't fall. He goes to grab his ball at the bottom of the field. He reaches for it. He's going to reach for it, I should say. So he's walking down. He's going there. He there's a big, deep, steep part of the cliff here. You know, it's kind of a steep hill, and he's a little kid, so he's kind of got to climb down. So he kind of, you know, shimmies his body over. He grabs like some of the grass, and he turns away. So he's not looking at the ball at this point. He comes down, he jumps, and then he kind of lands on the bottom of the hill. He turns around, and the ball is gone. It's a bright yellow tennis ball. You'd see it a mile away if you knew what you were looking for. But it's not there anymore. The ball is gone. My dad's freaking out. What happened? Did it roll away again? Did some other kid come and grab it? Did a nasty squirrel decide it's my ball today, Thomas? No. None of that happened. What my dad saw was an empty little spot where a ball once was, and he goes up and he walks towards it. He starts looking around. Where is it? Where's the ball? He checks under the rocks. He checks under the grass. He checks in the trees to see if it had flown around somewhere. And then finally, he checks the creek. He looks over the creek, and the creek up at the top of the hill looked very shallow. But as he got closer, he realized that this creek was actually a very, very deep pond. We're talking 8 to 10 feet deep. We're talking a real deep piece of water here. It must have been like a water hole, he thought. I don't know how it even happened. It must be a spring or something. And he sees the water, and he says, is it in there? And he's looking in there, and then he sees it. A little flash of neon yellow in the water. Just barely. He's like, oh, There it is. It's at the creek. How'd it get down there? So he grabs a stick and he goes to try and poke it. And suddenly, the water moves. Not as it would as it normally ripples. Not like a normal ripple of the water. But a as if the water's being displaced. My dad jumps back and startles up the hill a little bit. And then suddenly, because he knows that water's not supposed to behave like that. And he's looking, and suddenly, like a monument rising from the grave, a huge, hulking, furry mass of muscle and tendons creaks its back up. The water flowing over it smoothly and easily, not clinging to the fur at all in any way. It stands up. And there, in the palm of this massive thing's hand is his ball. My dad is looking straight at it. But he can't look at the ball because something is holding the ball. And that thing could only see the back of it. He saw what looked to be, he thought at the time, a Bigfoot. It must be a monster. What is it? This massive flesh turns around. Claws creaking out. Legs the size of tree trunks. Moving as slowly as a rock tumbling down a small hill. As if pulling up a tree by the roots, this great beast rose from the water, turned its face around, and stared at my dad right in his eyes. The beady, all black, no pupil eyes of the Gorduck. The long, yellow snout, bill, which would be comical on any other creature, on this beast was sharpened and honed and scarred from years and years of battle. Decades of turmoil and strife had left this once pleasant yellow facade looking like the bottom half of a rowboat off the looking like the bottom half of an Atlantic crab sea vessel. Scarred and battered. This monstrosity looked my dad in the face and clupped his bills open and close and let out a terrifying screech, the likes of which my father will still never, ever repeat to me to this day, because it terrifies him so much. For you see, dear listener, this is not any ordinary Gorduck, no pleasant, happy-go-lucky child Gorduck or middle-aged mother Gorduck. This was the elder Gorduck, the ancient Gorduck of lore, the one that strikes fear and creates legend in the hearts of many. And this elder Gorduck looked at my dad, dead in his eyes, and my dad knew that this was the day he was going to die. This was his last day on Earth. But the elder Gorduck did not behave how my father thought he would. He held the ball in his hand. He threw it up and caught it. Threw it up and caught it. Threw it up, turned the grizzled beak like a mighty mallet, like a tennis racket swung by a perfect champion, and smacked the ball right at my dad. And my dad held up the racket to protect himself. The ball bounced off. And then the Gorduck laughed. The Gorduck laughed in my father's face, for he knew that this small child meant no harm to him and could do nothing to him. And so he went back into the creek, laughing all the way, bubbles trailing up, and swam up it into the river. My dad grabbed his ball, picked himself up, and slowly crawled away up the hill, eventually going home. He was obviously chastised by my grandmother, quite deliberately. Very upset, his siblings mocked him for being a scared little boy when he told them the story of what happened, making up lies to get out of his punishment. But my grandfather forgave my dad because my grandfather knew something. He knew what my dad was saying was true. And he knew how lucky his son was to still be alive. And in essence, I'm lucky to even be here. The only reason I'm here today is because that Gorduck thought it'd be funny to play a little tennis with my dad instead of eating him alive like he probably deserved to be. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of the Elder Gorduck. Whether this beast is still alive it's a mystery. It was all 50 years ago now. But Elder Gorducks are known to live to be at least 320 minimum. This one had seen some years already though, so we may be out of the picture here. Now, that being said, if you're in central western Illinois, around the western suburbs of Chicago area, and you see water moving just a little bit less than natural, I would still advise you to stay clear. Because the Elder Gorduck is a beast not worth fucking with. That's story time, gun for tonight, guys. Just hope you all are aware. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow for Xbox. Good night. Sweet dreams.